Oh, let me send out my message. Black signal. Launch. Here we go. Oh, man. This is going to stop. Alright. Where we at? Daily toast time. Daily toast time. Oh, man. Signal went out fast. They must have been listening to some of my complaints. Alright, let's go get the chat up so we can get this started. Running a little bit late as usual, but I don't want it to be as usual. Damn. So I know that the screen right now is very choppy. Bear with us. We're going to get it together. Seems to be a lot of people streaming at this time in the morning right now. Alright, so chat is out. Good morning to each and every last one of you. A great day. This is Brother Hot Tim coming at you with the Daily Toast. So, first off, I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty where your hustle builds muscles. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of a Summer production. And of course, you know you have joined us on the Daily Toast. Well, we do nothing but strive to blow up your old paradigm.
Listen, pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water.
cutting into my music time. Somebody fiddling with my equipment. Because 2 days now, we ain't been able to finish. But the other 2 days we was able to finish. There's something suspicious going on. But hey, let's go and pull up some news articles real quick. But before we get into that tonight, the goal is at 9 p.m. to have our show, Gye-Nyame Journey, travel quotes. Pull it from the book, right? Compiled by Brother Hatim. And these, well, we were supposed to do these last week, but hey, all things happen when they need to, right? He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. That's Napoleon Bonaparte. We on day 62 for those that might have got this through those that might have got this. Matter of fact, I'm going to change this into a ebook. I believe that it would be almost impossible to find anywhere in America a black man who has lived further down in the mud of human society than I have, or a black man who has been any more ignorant than I have, or a black man who has suffered more anguish during his life than I have. But it is only after the deepest darkness that the greatest joy can come. It is only after slavery and prison that the sweetest appreciation of freedom can come. Malcolm X. 2 small antelopes can beat a big one. That's Ghana. So we're going to be discussing those tonight. That sounds like it's going to be a good discussion. I should be here on time. I'm going to try not to take a nap. Make sure I got all my ducks lined in a row so I could come and present the show to you, my family. All right, so let me go and pull up some news because I've been listening, right? So I was kind of surprised Bernie Sanders gave a straight no to reparations, or at least a straight payout, because they always leave a little bit open so that they could change, their minds and stuff like that. But, Bernie, at this point in time, Bernie definitely ain't getting shit from me. I'm just letting y'all know, Yep, I will text you my email address, Mr. Kwame. All right, so last night, so I went down a list of billionaires. I mean, because part of what we are tasked with is really showing what's going on in America, because I am a true believer in the fact that there is an illusion out here. I constantly tell y'all that, part of my art is we got to be able to distinguish the real from the unreal, right? So I got people, black people, white people in conversations, that I'm hearing saying shit like, black people got money, y'all got money, and I don't want to be, because it's kind of hard stepping out on that, because it's like, you'd be like, yeah, we do, right? We got billionaires. So I say, cool, I'm going to find the billionaires. So I go to the Forbes list. You got 400 billionaires. Family, I counted 5. Now, I know that the world doesn't work fairly. I'm cool with that. Right? But considering that there's 13%, we are 13% of America, I would kind of think that it would be somewhat a 13% everywhere. I would kind of think that, right? We supposed to have 13% of the wealth, since we are 13% in America, but we got about 2.6, if that much. I might be, I could be off. We're 13% of the country, but we got 2.6% of the wealth of the country. out of 400 billionaires, we got 4 and a possible. I might have added a mystery motherfucker on there because I felt kind of bad. So, family, for those that don't know, that's 5 400s, right? That's like, for those that's good at fractions, that's 5 400s, or 1 6, 7, 8, 1/80th, 1/80th, right? 5 400s, or 1/80th. Yeah, 1/80th, not 1/8. 1 out of 80, right? So out of every 80 billionaires, there's 1 black one. And that's just within the group of 400 billionaires. So every 80, there's 1. That's not 13%. That's something like 0.01%. I think. Kwame, you gotta help me with the math on that shit. Right? So and I just, and I'm bringing this up because because I will get people and they will respond and then we'll start, kind of having discussions. And of course, we got money. We got money. We got spending power. Fuck is that? All right. So then I said, all right, cool. All right, billionaires. Being a billionaire, it's hard. Getting to a billionaire is hard, but there got to be a lot of millionaires, right? All right. So let's see. Okay. So I go, all right, cool. Got to be a lot of millionaires. So I find an article. The article is from Washington Post. This October 3rd, 2017. The only thing about this new court is that, all right, and check this out, family. You can look at this on interpretations of the news based on evidence, including data, as well as anticipating how events might unfold based on past events. All right, this is from, so it says 1 in 7 families, 1 in 7 white families are now millionaires. For black families, it's 1 in 50. So, if we look at the population of white people, I don't know how many it is, but 1 in every 7 families. So let's say a family is about 4, right? 1 in 7 families are millionaires. For black folks, which about 36 million of us, 1 in 50. Now, all right. The share of white millionaires in the United States has doubled in the past quarter century, with 1 in 7 families now worth more than $1 million, according to the Federal Reserve data. And you could click the link and go to the Federal Reserve data. 15% of white families reported being millionaires. 15% of white families report being millionaires, compared with 7% in the Fed's 1992 survey of consumer finances. Dramatic growth in white millionaires reflect a widening economic gulf, with the top percent of households holding 24% of income in 2016, a record high. It also highlights a deepening racial disparity. The percentage of black and Hispanic households worth more than $1 million has remained around below 2% since 1992. God damn. So the Hispanics are even higher than us. Goddamn. We're like at 1.9%. All right, now hold on. But I know some of y'all gonna be on. And then I'm after this one. I'm gonna get straight to the toes. I'm gonna get straight to the toes because I don't want to waste your time, right? Because some it just roll right off your back. It hits you, roll right off your back. All right. Your new premium account for unlimited access. For access to 1.5 million statistics, includes source references, available download, PNG, PDF, Excel as format. Ooh, what is this? $49 a month. I'm not counting shit like that. I'm sorry. We not counting shit like that. But maybe we might need to. Okay, go and use the cookies and get off my screen. Alright. Distribution of U.S. millionaires by race, ethnicity as of 2013. Oh, they won't let me see it unless I buy it. But I'm not one of those millionaires. Goddamn. Is that how y'all gonna do it, brother? That didn't do it like that last night. Didn't do me like, use me up. Then gonna charge me an arm and a leg. Distribution of U.S. millionaires by race and ethnicity. I had the statistics show the distribution of U.S. millionaires in 2013 by race and ethnicity. As of 2013, about 76% of U.S. millionaires were white. Additional information on racial income equality. Now, I could tell you what I remember reading. Show more. Let me see, because I want y'all to hear. Okay, here we go. Additional information on racial income inequality. The issue of racial inequality in regards to income and wealth has been a problem through the entirety of the history of the United States. The statistics above demonstrate. They ain't gonna show me the statistics. It's so damn wrong. I can't afford it. I mean, they throwing out $49 a month like it ain't shit. But I got other stuff I gotta pay for. We got the stream, right? I'm on entirety of the United millionaires that identify. The statistics above demonstrate how the percentage of millionaires that identify as black, African American is disproportionate to the share of the population overall, while the disproportionate number of millionaires demonstrate an undesirable degree of income inequality. It is at the bottom of the wealth ladder within American society that the issue is most pressing. The overrepresentation of African Americans, in contrast to the population in unemployment statistics, are cause for concern on the part of the government and society as a whole. In 2014, nearly 25% of the surveyed families who placed themselves in an income bracket under $10,000 identified as black. The percentage of non-white female business owners perhaps demonstrates that barrier to wealth exists, but are diminished in unison. As barriers to wealth generation are removed for women, similar barriers are also being broken to allow for greater equality in the economic opportunities offered across the population of the United States. A central issue for policymakers is time. Where we at? Is time delay associated with policies aimed at reversing these inequalities. This was reflected in the 2015 Democratic and Republican presidential primary campaign. Oh, they just talking. I just wanted to see the figures, but that's cool. All right, but I want y'all just go and do your own research. Check those wealth numbers. You know what I'm saying? Make sure Brother Hatem ain't making some shit up. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to build this whole argument for this, because there has to be a balancing out. There we go. That's what I thought it was, Kwame. Kwame got it. I said 0.0. No. Are you sure it's 0.125 and not 0.0125? I thought it was 0.0125. But you the mathematician. Apologize. Oh. No. You said I apologize. That should have been. Hold on. 5. All right. You said 5 out of 400 should be 1.25. Maybe. Would it be 1.25? So if you divide 400 into 5, you come with 0.0125. And to translate that into percent, would it be 0.01% or would it be 1%, 1.25%? All right. How many U.S. football players or basketball players who went pro do we know? That's what I'm thinking, right? You know what I'm saying? Because so it's equivalent to, okay. All right, cool. 1.25%. All right, cool. My math was off. All right. So it's 1.25% of the billionaires. Yeah, Oprah was in there. She was in the low 300s. Kind of, I'm like, damn. So let's do our toast. Salute these ancestors. Get this day popping off. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? You were simply expressing it as a decimal. The answer are the same. Now I get confused when I'm translating the decimal into percent. You know what I'm saying? So 1.25%. I guess that's good, right? I guess, is that good? I got a 1.25% on my test. Is that good? Would that be acceptable? Huh? 1.25%. We're 13% of the country, folks. Got 2.6% of the wealth in the country, folks. We're gonna have to make some moves, man. We're gonna have to make some moves. Need y'all. And I ain't, I know some of y'all proud of those salaries, and that's cool. Let's keep it at that, for you. But the rest of us, we're gonna have to make some moves. We gotta make some power moves, and we can't be letting these smooth talkers, these smooth operators, into our community no more, man. They just so smooth. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. You broke now. We just gonna flatten everything out and we gonna all be broke in America and we're gonna start all over again. Now I can work with that if that's really what you're gonna do. But if you're just gonna elevate my brokenness, but along the way of elevating my brokenness, you're gonna elevate everybody else's brokenness. So it's like if we start off in a race, cause y'all really gotta see how they trying to talk to you. Now, so in Bernie Sanders' interview, he detailed that white people had 10 times more wealth as our community. He detailed the health disparity, the mortality rate during birth type shit like that. He give you all these figures. And he say he gonna fix it by fixing everybody. But all of the issues that he covered, he said we were worse in. So how are you going to improve it? I mean, it's just when you listen to it, it just boggles your mind. It's like, boom, they jump right over your shit. Right over it. Move right past it. Oh, that's some bullshit. Listen, we know you got it bad. So we're going to make it better for everybody. But I'm hurt. I got a bullet right here. We're going to take everybody's bullet out. It makes no sense that everybody talks around us and that shit is okay. It makes no sense that we accept that. Family, we got to stop. We got to stop this. And if you don't stop it for you, stop it for your children. We cannot allow these people to talk around us, especially when they're getting almost 40% of every last one of our checks. Every time we go buy something, we got to pay taxes. Come on now. And they talk around us. If we're 13% in the country, I bet I'm guaranteeing we doing a close to 13% percentage of taxes being collected. But yet we own only 2.6% of the wealth. Basically, and then on top of that, since everybody talking around us, we are being taxed without representation. We got to change that shit, family. We got to change that shit. First, we got to get healthy. First, let's call our ancestors, and we going to fix that shit, right? So first, call on the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass, and we salute that grand Creator, and we say, Ashe. And we say, and from there, we move on. Where we move on to? We move on to our list of ancestors: Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia William Walter Crescent, Fanny Gasson, Eileen, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fee, Cleveland Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Elvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman, No More X, Pat Mount Rob, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Ellen Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Bropo, Actor Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Hayes, Grace Lundy, Inez Hayes, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, Deluxe Brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley. Okay. Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Jamie Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trade, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Grinderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend J. Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburgh, Beatty Sale, Weller, Vita Farmer, Gosa, Sue, Shell, Harvey, I Charmaine, Evelyn Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dixon, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thorne, Pearl Z. Thorne, Ida Johnson, Morrison Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keishla Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jerome Giles Watson, Sparrow, Salimi Selman, Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolton, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sergeant Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mae Moss, P. Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kenty, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, Dave Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quills, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quills, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Del Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Anna Sylvester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinez, the Amatet Wellman, Red Douglas Trigg Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Allen, Ohio, Franklin Russell and Davis, Fred Douglass Triggs II, Bina Triggs, Reverend Annie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dillamon Aries, Gina Rube Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFritas Hines, Inez Bostic, and the Bostic, Winifred Scalabay, Wilson Hadley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Cameron Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Ada Cadning, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pena Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Bradley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Pookie, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, H. Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavers, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Dan Scott, Eric Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Al Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia Devil Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harry Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino, Baby Hatch, Hatch Senior, Melly Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Prince Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Denise Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey Thomas, Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford, Dawson. Yeah. Big Mama Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath, Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlton Houston, Lel Oz, Elijah Oz, Jerome Oz, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Oz, Ann Pierce, Donna Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey, Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brownlee Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ryan McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashad Easley, Javon McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Sheikh Omaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lord Fernandez, Jacqueline Broaders, Reginald Oliver, Mesrine Cooper, George Swan, Edmonia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon, Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang, Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy Mama Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Slumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled Hussein, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. We salute the present moment. Of course, you know we are on Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics. Activate those reticular formation. We need to find it. That's what we need to do. Search and find. All right. It's cooperative economics for those that don't speak the language. The modic principle of the day is reciprocity. The principle we teach in M7 is gratitude. The color is green. Polarity is the Hermetic law. Male energy or male name is Yao. Female is Ya. That's you, Miss Regina. All right. Let's see. From there, family, we salute the present moment. Keeping our pact with our past, with our children, our children's children, on to infinity. I mean, my fault. With our, with our ancestors, our pact with our ancestors, our pact with the future generations. Lift up our glass. We salute this moment, because in this moment is our power. And we say Ashe. From there, we move to our children's children, on to infinity, and we say Ashe. From there, we move to all of our relations. I toast you up, and we say Ashe. Family, and where we go from there, I salute. My fault. I lift up my glass. It's that selfish libation. Don't get it. Don't get it. What you need. Lift it up, and we say Ashe. Last but not least, I salute the most magnificent, beautiful, inspiring, uplifting, strong, intelligent, wisest individual in the room. Lift up my glass to you. Thank you for joining us. And we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I wish you peace, power, joy in 100 years, family. I'm out. Y'all have a great day. Ambrosia. Ooh, damn. You coming along, girl. All right, I'm going to have to make some more, because we running out. All right, family, this is Brother Tim. I'm